Whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Ryan. Any win this time of year is a good win. Reed Mascolo, hadn't pitched in a couple weeks and, wasn't as sharp as he's been earlier in the year, but, managed to get a couple big double play balls and get us 3 innings, just allowing the 1 run. And then, after that, I thought Joe Arriola, Will Ray, Derek Crum all threw the ball well. So kind of pleased with how those guys threw, offensively. Kurtzy, obviously, with the 2 home runs, Brock with the home run. Danny Corona had a really good day, so good to see that. Good to see Sess get on the board for a couple knocks. And, and Lucas Costello and Tommy Hawk set the table, getting on base a couple times each. So, good solid team win, headed into a big weekend against Florida State.
You know anything yet about Chase?
No, too early to say. I mean, it's it's too early to say. They've got some ice on him. The exam went good, so he had some strength there. So, I don't think it's a ligament tear or anything like that, but it's, too early to say.
This being the first game played with the #1 ranking, you guys have been knocking on the door for 6 weeks as #2. Did you talk to the guys at all about casting that aside, or has that been something you haven't paid attention to all year? So
no, we haven't talked about it. I mean, for us, the difference between 2 and 1 is, there's no difference there. So it was just, bring energy. That's the whole message to the team was energy. And, again, it's a 2-1 game and they've got 2 guys on with nobody out. It's a 3-2 count. Sess makes a good bit on the ball down the line, doesn't quite get there. And then, Reed made a really good 3-2 pitch to get the ground ball to Kurtzy. And then he made a really good off-speed pitch to get the double play ball and get us in the dugout. And then we came in and scored with 2 outs. Kurtzy, homers with 2 outs, and then Brock homers behind that. And, and that kind of gave us a little kind of, but, if Reed doesn't make that pitch in that situation, or we don't get those hits with 2 outs, the whole game changes. UNCG pitches differently, and, who knows what happens.
You allow yourself yesterday at all to take like 30 seconds and think about the volume of #1?
Yeah, I mean, I sent a message to the team, on Teamworks, and I said, hey, congratulations, you've earned this, and it's quite an accomplishment. You should be proud, but now's the time to put the foot on the gas. So yeah, we celebrated for about 15 seconds.
You mentioned the energy. This doesn't seem like a team that gets down for very long. And I don't mean down, depressed down. I just mean low energy down. There's always somebody that's moving, agitating, doing something. The thing running out to the outfield with the batting cage the other day at a full sprint before the game was great. And it seems like that's the way they are as a group. Yeah,
no, for sure. They have fun. They love being around each other. As we've talked about many times, it's the best time of year because they don't have class, so they're just kind of in each other's face 24 hours a day. So it's a good thing they like each other.
And then defensively, I mean, the great plays are great, but it's the routine, be in the right place, make the right throw, be alert to know where the next play is going to go. It seems like that's really been consistent and showing up a lot now. Yeah, for sure. We're an older team and we've got baseball players. Justin Johnson's a baseball player, Lucas Costello, Tommy Hawk, Nick Kurtz, Brock Wilken, they're baseball players. And so it's something we talk about a lot. We talk about situations a lot. Even Joe Arriola made a great play on that strikeout, to be there in that situation. That's the leadoff hitter of the inning. And, and that's, those are always big outs. Lucas Costello makes a diving catch. We turn a couple double plays. So it just seems like Tommy Hawk, we had two outfield double plays and 2 infield double plays. So we had 4 double plays on the day, I guess. So it's a good, good day all around. Oh, I guess we only had 1. How's that possible? Who's the official scorer?
I talked to a couple weeks ago about how confident he was and not pressure, but just how much he wanted to play good defense with pitchers because of how good they throw the ball. Is it a chicken and egg thing with the defense wants to play well for the pitchers and then the pitchers have confidence that wherever the ball is put in play, the defense is going to make the right play?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, when your pitchers are throwing strikes and they're pitching with tempo, it helps your defense. And to your point, our pitchers aren't afraid to throw it in there. And if they hit it at somebody, we're going to make a play. So I do think it's a chicken and egg thing. I think it kind of feeds off each other. And And good defense feeds off each other. JJ and Merrick are out there. They want to one up each other. Tommy and Costello want to one up each other. So it's a friendly competition there too.
Lucas spoke on off those assists on the guy.
Yeah.
Like that too far.
Yeah, for sure.
Normal rotation for Florida State, everything.
We may move Hartle to Saturday. Sullivan, we may bump Sullivan back a day. We could potentially skip Sullivan's start. He had a little bit of elbow last couple pitches the other day. He still throwing the ball 91 miles an hour, so it's nothing we're worried about. But I could see a scenario where we'd skip his start and then start him Thursday against Virginia Tech. But I think we're gonna definitely bump Hartle up to Saturday, and then give Sullivan an extra day. And if he throws Sunday, great. And if he doesn't, depending on how we use Keener, if we haven't used Keener, we'll start Keener on Sunday. And if we have, then, we'll just piece Sunday together.
Everything good with Pierce today, just the day off.
Yeah, he had a little back stiffness, and there's just no reason to kind of push it. Bennett Lee's thumb's bothering him a little bit from that tag play at the end of the game. So, and Gio was going to catch either way. I mean, Gio's and obviously Gio played well today. I was happy with the way he swung the bat and caught today. So, but yeah, so those two guys were off the board today. Massey was off the board today for sure. Manassi and Roland could have went if they had to. Keener could have went in an absolute emergency situation, but we were going to do everything we could to get through without him too.
Seems like, I know you want to win every game, but this is a time where you have some breathing room where you can get some guys days off. Is that in your mind with any of the other regulars?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, again, we still, by no means, we haven't clinched a national seed by any means, so we can't afford, to take too many losses, then all of a sudden find us going on the road, if we do win a regional. So, so we still, again, we got to keep our foot on the gas, and I think our magic number is 2 to win the league, by my calculation, and it's 2 wins by us does it, and some combination of other things, Miami, Clemson, and Duke losses. But obviously, with 6 games to go, we want to get the 2 wins ourselves.
Anything on Zoom?